Hey, welcome to the podcast. Mess hall.
Fuck.
That'll be good. I
That's
think
so
that's
close.
fun. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I should have said mess hall. Sorry. Anyways, we're here. We're back.
Here we are. It's been so long.
I
I missed
know,
you. I told you when I saw you on Saturday, but I really missed you, and I missed Ben.
Well, it's been
Missed you too,
it's
Jamie.
been 3.
Nice to you, Andrew.
Nah, the second one seemed fake.
Well,
He missed me more.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
she said it first.
Yeah, anyone who listens to this likes you more, I think. I'm
That
not
is
kidding. Not listeners.
So, have you heard the
Yes,
words
you're
I've
right,
said or
you're
the
right.
things people have said?
Okay, anyone that knows us both likes you more. But anyone who listens,
Likes you more.
well, they just don't like. It's not that they like me more; it's that they just like you less.
I
all it is.
genuinely mean this to my core, and I think this, like, maybe I can stop going to therapy because, like, I don't care.
Yeah,
That's
okay. I think that's a good way to be.
I really don't, but I appreciate anyone that listens. And if you hate listening to me,
Please
that does
tune
it
in.
for me. That gets me.
Yeah, she's gonna
right
say some
off.
stuff. I think we got stuff today. I think I'm gonna throw out some hateful stuff. I got a lot of hate built up. Remember when you said Joel Osteen was awesome, though?
I didn't. That was not what I said. Let me just clarify from that clip. I didn't say Joel Osteen was awesome. I said his wife is more hateable, and she's the better
Because
one to murder.
he was so charming, and what were the words exactly?
I said he was charismatic, maybe.
charismatic,
There are
charming,
a lot of
handsome.
charismatic. Stalin was charismatic. He killed a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I
love
get
him.
it.
I get it.
I can be the villain of the podcast.
I have said no 100 times to you, but because we've become close friends, I will go to that church with you next Sunday. You go every Sunday, and you've been begging me to go.
I do.
And I'll
It's
go
weird.
with you.
I'm like I'm a Jew, but I've just become super.
It's like the theater. He's just so charismatic. How could you not convert?
Honestly, I did watch him on TV, and I was like, "Damn, this guy is just got charisma for days." I get it.
I've watched him a little bit.
Ask J Cookie. She gets it. She loves him.
You know what's weird is when you watch. You're not going to resonate. This isn't going to resonate with you, but most guys, you're at the hotel, right? And when you're in the room, your dick is mostly out. Just sometimes it's just out laying in the bed. You're just there, and you're just scrolling through the channels, and you're like, at some point, I'm going to jerk off. And then you get to a thing, and then you're watching Joel Osteen with your cock in your hand, and you're like, this is a charismatic motherfucker.
I mean, I don't have a dick to be out,
but
I can still like let it all hang loose in the
you just
hotel.
lips laying out. You just
No,
loose
honestly,
labia, just
I feel
fucking
like
pants off.
That's what men want to think about
No,
women, but
I don't
like,
want to think that.
but it's not true. Like the "What are you wearing?" messages. It's always something not sexy, and it's always a lie that we give back to you.
Yeah.
It's always like,
That's why I say FaceTime me, prove it now. And they always say, you're weird, dude.
I was literally trying to write a bit about this because we talked about long distance being hard and it used to be phone sex because I'm old. It was before video. And then video came
I never
in.
did video sex. That's weird.
It ruins everything. It ruins everything.
I can exchange some photos. I've done phone sex before, but even then, not so much. Maybe some sexting, light sexting though. I'm not full on role playing, but I might be like, hot shit, nice tits.
Can I be honest?
Wanna come right now?
When I would have phone sex in my long distance relationship, I was 85% of the time not doing anything other than watching TV in sweatpants and saying sexy shit. Like I was
Does not matter.
I know it doesn't. And that's why I felt like I was giving a gift to my partner.
Do you think fuck boys back in the day used to call collect and have phone sex?
I mean, then you're constantly having to put coins in with your dick.
No, they don't have to put collect. They call collect.
I don't know. Does collect mean it's charging a card
It's
of the other
charging
person?
you. It's charging whoever they call.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel like no, because no girl wants it that bad that they want to be charged.
I think
fewer women pay for sex than men. Is that
I
probably
think
okay to say?
women can be heathens.
Yeah,
they
I
wanna
just don't
be.
think we need to pay for it. So why would we?
Oh, but they like the person. They're dating the person. In this fuckboy situation.
There are those women who like men in prison, and then
There are women that pay for their fucking boyfriends for everything. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
That's a real-
rare. I think it's
not,
rare.
I think it's a lot less rare than you think. I know plenty of fuck boys where I like see them. I'm like, dude, that dude's never had a job. He's with different girls all the time. They're always paying for I see that shit. You see it out. I see it at the club, just like fucking people paying for people. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is wild.
Message us. Tell us. I want to hear all about this.
Yeah, I guarantee. There are some listeners out there who have taken, they might be embarrassed by it, but they have taken care of some losers.
Okay, they would be embarrassed by it. I thought you were going to say the men. I was like, I don't think they're embarrassed.
Oh, I think they're embarrassed.
You think so?
Yeah, it's not a thing that anyone's proud of. One time.
Double standard, Ben. You better say something, because when we talk about
wrong
paying for
with
sex
this?
for women, you defend it. So, but I mean, listen, being a sex worker as a man, they should be proud of it.
This isn't a sex worker. They're dating. This is a deadbeat boyfriend.
Okay, that is different, I guess.
Yeah, and those exist.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Just to be clear, I'm not talking about juggalos, which do exist. Juggalos do exist. I think it's more with like older ladies, but I don't know for sure. It could be a younger lady.
Do you know what you just did? Juggalos?
Is that
Gigolos.
Gigolo? Oh, yeah. Juggalos exist too. Yeah.
Are fucking
Yes, ICP. Yeah, you're right.
Old ladies love juggalos.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of. Now
I just got an image in my head of a juggalo gigolo.
Yeah. Just
I'm
taking 'em out.
letting you know right now, we are getting to that age where there's probably juggalos out there that are fucking pushing 50, 60. There are 60-year-old
What is a
juggalos out there for sure.
gigolo? Who would pay for that?
A juggalo?
Yeah.
Well, a juggalette.
Yeah, another juggalo.
Are there a lot of? I feel like the ratio of juggalettes to
Yes, the ratio is pretty.
I can't. Speak.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're out there.
I would argue that the ratio juggalo to juggalette is very similar to the ratio of male comic to female comic. It's pretty low, but they do exist.
You have some cheesy taste in music. What's your like? Who would you follow around the
You
country?
have a cheesy taste in music, bitch.
I do, but I'm not a big music
You miss
person.
me calling you a bitch? It's been a
I
month.
miss it so much. I love it.
What do you think about when you have sex with your husband? If it's not me calling you a bitch.
I mean, it's anyone calling me a bitch.
Oh, well, we'll sneak in a couple more this ep.
Please do
Refill
it.
the meter, the jug.
Speaking of being a bitch, I want to hear the music, the answer to the music thing, and I want to hear why you were a bitch this week, what you did. I want to hear the story.
Speaking of bitch, Meredith Brooks. Now that's a song. Remember that? Bitch? Wasn't that a fun song? You got to sing
it?
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a mother.
Sinner,
I'm a
saint.
sinner. I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell.
You know what I was trying to find today?
I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way.
I have a terrible
So
voice.
take me as I am. I know the whole song. I love that song. It was this is why I love that song, is because my mom, when that came out, my mom had that cassette tape, and we were allowed to swear because it was in the song. So
I feel
we
like
could
your
sing.
mom was
not
kinda
good.
cool.
No. That's not. I mean, hopefully she didn't listen to this shit because she will get her feelings hurt. But
you said
she
she's on
stinks.
Facebook, right?
Yeah. She is on Facebook.
That's like hip kind of for a parent.
No, she's not. Remember, she can't do the filters right. She's like still praying for Japan. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, I had a refresher today, and I feel like that's still like cooler than my mom, who won't
If you
go on
added
social
my
media.
mom on Facebook, within 48 hours, she would be messaging you about me.
I love
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
this.
Yeah.
This is what has to happen now.
Yeah, do it. I don't care. I'll cut you both out of my life.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
No, I think we're getting distracted though. Oh, my mom would let me cuss, and so that's why I like that song.
Who would you follow around the country though? If there was one band, if you were like
music-wise.
the Fish, like people.
I'm already doing it this year.
Who?
I'm following the Postal Service and Death Cab for Cutie too. I got shows to 10. I got tickets to 10 different shows.
Wow.
I'm going to Madison
This is
Square
obvious to
Garden.
me.
I'm going
I
to
knew it would be this.
I'm going in Denver. I'm going in Boston. I'm going in Philly. I'm going in. I've got Hollywood Bowl tickets. I got Vegas tickets.
Can you answer?
And then I'm probably about to buy Austin tickets because it's right here.
Answer this question truthfully.
Yes.
Did you cry watching Garden State?
Are you thinking Radiohead?
No.
Is
I mean,
Garden-
Postal Service is
Are they big
all
into Garden
over
State? Is it?
that soundtrack?
I thought Garden State was mostly Everything Is the Right Place.
It's got a
like
lot.
that.
Of,
Radiohead.
Obviously, you're
right?
not a real fan.
Well, I don't follow the sound. I don't follow. I can't even remember Garden State.
That's just because of your age.
I gotta
You're
rewatch.
just
Yeah, my
old.
memory stinks. I can't. I'll rewatch it though. I remember. I remember it being a big movie, but I also haven't watched it in so long that I remember it like as much as I remember Donnie Darko.
I'm a big fan of Natalie Portman. That's why I'm obsessed with Garden State.
She had nudes, right?
Not in. I don't think she gets nude in Garden State.
No. Like some came out on the internet.
Oh, I don't know about that. She's
Right?
naked. She's naked in some movies.
Sure, you don't.
Look it up, Ben. She's naked.
right.
Ben's
Natalie
wife shut off
Portman.
the podcast for 1 second so Ben can tell us the things he doesn't know.
No, but she's naked in like film. She's like an actress.
yeah,
It's like
but
something
she's like
artsy.
she's like in front of a mirror, like.
She banged Mila Kunis in Black Swan. I can tell you.
yeah,
that.
that.
Wait,
that was
maybe not
hot.
Natalie Portman.
You're
Oh,
thinking
I'm
of
thinking
Jennifer-
of. I am. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of the bow and arrow lady.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
that. So I don't care about that movie, but
But those nudes.
yeah, that's she
She
is a
looked great.
totally different body and a totally different
It
vibe.
is,
Yeah, she's more of a free spirit.
I never want nudes to get leaked out. I think that's fucked up, and that's gotta fuck with someone's head.
But you're gonna look.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everyone who didn't look at that.
Yeah, I would too.
Can confirm Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Jennifer
what about
Lawrence,
Natalie
100%.
Portman
I'm
though.
looking that up.
But I don't think so. I was definitely thinking of Jennifer Lawrence. All white women look the same to me.
I mean, couldn't be more different, Jennifer Lawrence. And you know, who
Natalie
Jennifer
Portman?
Lawrence kind of
They're
looks
not
like
that
is that. Oh,
I just saw his
man.
eyebrows raised, so he found a picture. I don't know what it is, but
There's some paparazzi of her on a nude beach, looks like, and then there's other images with someone put her face on another photo.
Yeah, it's
oh
fake.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen some of those deep fake porns. They're not great.
That's not ethical.
Deep fake porn?
Yeah, just seems bad.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like you're trying to avoid. So you talked
No, I'm
about.
not avoiding.
Wait,
What else?
My emotional support.
This is so weird. You literally hold my kid's thing. I don't even. He doesn't even play with it. You hold it every episode.
I know it makes
That's
me
hers
feel
now.
safe.
Yeah. It's because its eyes are so big. It does look like you're squeezing it to death. Like its eyes are like popping out.
I was trying to find a song today about. There aren't very many songs about hazel eyes. I was trying to find a song about hazel eyes because I
Wow,
want to
do
be
you have
included.
hazel? Okay.
They're like different colors and stuff, and yeah,
Guarantee there is one. All right, Ben, Google Hazel Eye song,
All right.
and then let's give it a listen.
And while he does that,
Eyes.
can you? That's not anything. You just
Hazel
literally making
eyes.
shit up.
What if we just sing every episode now? I think that's what we should
I have
do.
a terrible voice.
Hazel
It's rude. Can we
eyes.
do something that I'm good at? I don't know
Kelly
what that would be.
Clarkson.
Well,
Has behind these hazel eyes.
can
Oh,
we
that song
play a
is-
quick one?
That song.
You know this song.
I know this song.
Because you were like, ooh, you found it, and you're like, this could be the chance that I have a song.
It's about
me.
heartbreak and some guy fucking her over. It's not about romance. It's just like
Okay. Well,
ugh.
I can't remember the last song that was like, I'm married and happy and having a good time. My hazel eyes are awesome.
No.
Life is good. I drive a pretty good car, slightly above the average person. That's me.
My
No,
tax returns are all right.
Yeah.
I love this. I feel like you guys should start a duo and just come up with like this is a song about my life.
The most wholesome song.
I could write a song about you. I dabble in
Wholesome?
music.
I don't like the idea that I'm wholesome. I'm a cunt. I'd rather be a cunt than wholesome. I still want to be the villain. Don't call me wholesome.
You're just not a villain, though. You're too nice. I'm more a villain than you'll ever be.
They don't know I'm nice. They think I'm terrible.
yeah,
By
that's
the way,
true.
let's talk about how you are a villain. Can we please get into
Wait,
your story?
you said I was avoiding something else. Let's go back.
No, this is the story.
Oh
you're
no, I'm not.
avoiding.
I'm like saying we can talk about this story.
All right, let's talk about your
This
week.
is gonna
you just
make
got
me
home.
bad. Yeah, I just got back from Australia. That was fun. Good trip. The only problems I had were airplane issues. Had a couple airplane issues. First airplane that I had an issue on. This lady like took the overhead compartment, pushed the button, and it came down. It hit me in the head. But that's okay. It didn't hurt or anything like that.
Knocked you out. You fell asleep.
No. It just it just bumped me a little bit. It kind of hurt, tiny bit, but nothing bad, And then the stewardess, she's looking at me, and this other lady's looking at me, and I go, I'm just trying to make a light of the situation. I go, don't worry about me. I'm drunk, and I say that. And then I put my bag away. I sit down. This lady next to me is crying. I have no idea why she's crying or what's going on. But when I said I was drunk, she went like this, like the scale, like terrified face.
This is on the long flight.
No, this is a short one, thank God. And I paid for an aisle seat because I got look at these things. They're fucking. They need room.
Really quick question: did they cover this? Does the tour what do you? Or am I allowed to ask this? We can cut this.
I don't care. I'll tell you exactly what I got paid.
I
won't,
just want to know, did they cover, what did they pay travel-wise?
I paid for all my flights, but they reimbursed me for them all.
Reimbursed you for economy?
Yeah, I did get first class one time. I don't think they're going to reimburse me for the upgrade that I paid, but that's okay.
Okay, so short flight, you're next to the crying lady.
This lady's crying. She made a look when I'm drunk. It's an exit aisle that I paid extra for. So the lady goes into the back, starts talking to the stewardess forever. Everything's normal. Then the stewardess comes up to me and goes, "Hey, you made some remarks earlier, and because you said that, you can't sit here anymore." And she's like, "It's a safety thing, and you made someone feel uncomfortable." And I go, "It's 9 a.m. I just had a coffee. I'm not drinking at all. It was a joke. The thing hit me in the head. Come on." And they were like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to move. And I was like, I paid extra for this seat so I could have leg room and at least have an aisle. And she's like, well, you're going to have to move or you have to get off the plane. And I was like, I'm like, I'm going to be one of those fucking videos right now. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll move, but you got to I'm not sitting in the middle seat. They're like, well, it's a sold out flight, so we'll see what we can do. I go, we will have a problem. I can't get the middle seat. And then luckily, someone else I was with was on a flight in a fucking aisle seat. And I was like, can I switch with you? He switched with me. He sat next to the crying lady the whole time. And it was nuts.
I like the idea of you making it worse. Like just being like, listen, I'm normally an alcoholic, but
it was just a silly joke.
I'm sober.
I know.
What? I'm more worried about a woman who's that scared sitting in an exit
her eyes
row.
out. And then, so I get first class on my next flight because I'm like, I deserve a treat. That last one, also, it wasn't much to upgrade as a short flight. And so no one's next to me in first class. It's just me, empty seat. Stewardess comes up to me. She goes, "Mr. Youngblood, I have a question for you." And I go, "What is it?" She goes, "Well, we have this customer who is very distraught and is going to see her son who's in the hospital. And, she's been crying. And we were just thinking she could sit up here if you wouldn't mind." And then I go, I just make that face. I just made a face. I didn't say anything. And I go, and they go, "Well, what if they just come at the end?" I go, "That's good. That's fine." I didn't want to sit next to a crying lady the whole time. Plus, in my head, it was the same crying lady. I know it wasn't, but in my head, it was the same crying lady. And I just wanted my space and I wanted to be able to have a champagne and some crackers and cheese and enjoy first class. I would have had to have been like, "What's wrong, lady?" I wouldn't know what to do. And she was talkative. I would
just say no.
I let her. She came up towards the end so she could get first off the plane, so she could get to the hospital. So everything was fine. But that's a story that doesn't make me seem great. But this is the bad story. I even got to this is rough.
I know. This is the one I want to hear the most.
On the way back, I paid for a seat, extra room, extra length, and we're boarding the plane. And there's two people I notice, and I was like, man, I hope I'm not sitting next to those people for whatever reason. And I just say that in my head to myself. I'm not saying that. I'm not pointing at them. I'm a big guy. It'd be really unfortunate if the three biggest people on the plane are sitting next to each other. Well, I get on my plane and I see them sitting. They're next to each other. And then I see a seat.
They found each other.
And
That's
I go,
so
well,
sweet.
they're married with a kid that they had with them. And not a seat for him. And he's like, he could have been 6 months old, but he looked like he was 8. He was so fucking huge. And he was a cute kid, very cute kid. But they knew it was fucked up. I knew it was fucked up. I'm getting up and I notice it's my seat and we lock eyes. And the lady's like, "I'm sorry." And I was like,
no,
"Not as sorry as I am." And she was big, right? And he was bigger, and so that combined them to the point where I tried to put my rail down, that couldn't go down. She's like, I can't have that down, and I was like,
So you're rubbing up against her?
she takes up half of my seat. Her leg and her belly, it's on me. It's my arm is like I'm cuddling with this lady and her husband and the baby they fall asleep and they're snoring, and then the baby's still awake, and they just have the baby sitting on their stomachs like it was like a little crawling space for them, and it sucked. It was so bad, and I felt so bad. And then they kept getting up and all this, and it was a whole fucking thing. And then like it was just the whole time. And the stewardess, she came up to me. I didn't say anything. I didn't complain. I just swallowed my hatred and cussed inside my head. And the stewardess came up to me. She's like, I'm looking for a new seat for you. I didn't say anything. She's like, but it's a full flight, so I'm not sure.
She just offered that
She
up.
saw. They could see. This was like they're both seatbelt extenders, and that's fine. Seatbelt extenders.
We're
fine.
all about body positivity here. We're
Yeah.
all about body
but
positivity.
I'm positive your body's on my chair.
I just don't want to sit next to it on a 3-hour flight. I
Yeah.
don't want to sit next to body positivity
You
on
should
a
try.
3-hour
You should try
flight.
a 15-hour flight. 15-hour
Oh, that was the
overnight. It was the
overnight?
way back. I slept none.
Holy
I
crap.
was dying. I was like, at one point, I almost was like, I could just lean up on her, but I felt inappropriate. It was bad. I was in the aisle so much that every time someone came by, fucking tray, poof, person, poof, every fucking thing. And I couldn't sleep at all. It was like, and the worst part about it is my flight was at 8 p.m. Right? So I'm used to New Zealand time, 8 p.m. I get on the flight. I land in Houston at 4 p.m. the same day. It's very bizarre, just, flying against time or whatever. But I was like, all right, I'll just sleep on the plane. I got extra leg room. I can figure this out. Nothing. No sleep at all. This lady stunk. She smelled.
Did they say why they traveled? Did you talk at all to them?
I kept my earbuds in, and I didn't want to. I do. This is
just
another thing.
You should pay for the extra.
I was too scared to talk to him because I might blurt out something that I didn't want to. I wouldn't, but I am always terrified of that. You ever see someone with a mole on their face, and then my brain instantly goes, "Don't say what a big mole you got." That's what my brain says the whole time, and I always have to tell myself, "Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that."
This thing is the same as the drunk thing. You just an offhanded comment. Someone can't take it. You can't say what. No one can say the thing that they're thinking. And I feel like that's where the problem is. We all want to be good people, but the AMA actually.
What would I have said?
I won't.
Let's role play.
To the flight attendant, not to them. This is unacceptable. I paid for the seat and I only have half the seat. So either give me half my money back or give me a new fucking seat.
What a Karen you are.
Karen, man.
I don't see. This is exactly
I've
the.
switched into that mode before though too.
But
I get it.
I was a Karen this week too. I was thinking about that this week. I wrote a passive aggressive / just straight up aggressive email.
Okay, to who?
The apartment management at my apartment, because you remember the freeze in Houston?
Yeah,
How long ago was that?
a couple years.
Years. Okay.
2 at least, right?
One of the big selling points, I've never owned a home. So I've always rented. And one of the big selling points of apartments, it goes up as you get older, right? And you have more in life. So a selling point in an apartment when I was in college would have been a carport, a covered car parking space.
Good. Yeah.
And then when I was in my late 20s, it was in Chicago, washer and dryer in unit. And then here, one of the big selling points of my building is this beautiful pool with palm trees, a beautiful view of downtown. During the freeze, the palm trees froze and died. And then they were they sent an email out. I still have the email in my email that was it's just going to be 2 weeks. We're going to get new palm trees. And I get that this is stupid. I get it, okay? But
it's not fun though. I like this.
I thought you were going to be
it's been years.
my fucking washing machine has been broken for 2 years.
The pipes are still broken.
And you're just the palm trees are ugly.
I get it. No.
They're-
I get it.
I have to. What did the email say? I have to look at these every day.
It's on principle. It's just on principle, okay? It's not about
And that's what it said in the email. I have to look at these every day. It's not that they're hideous and hurt my eyes. It's the principle that they are hideous
They
and
don't
hurt
have
my
anything.
eyes.
The palm trees froze. They sent an email 2 years ago saying we're going to have new palm trees in 2 weeks. And then I literally just sent that email back to them. I screenshot it and sent it back to them. And I was like, remember when you sent this email 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Saying that it would be weeks until we got new palm trees. And now they're just like nothing, just like rocks there.
What's the catalyst of what was the catalyst of you sending that out? Like what triggered it where you're like, those fucking palm trees?
I honestly think it was something like this, like someone calling me a Karen, and I was like, you know what? I should just say
I'll be a Karen. I'll show you Karen.
Well, it's just like I should just say I don't care what people think about me, and we pay money to be here. This is a thing you said that you would do, and fucking do it. Fucking do it. And you paid for that seat. Be a Karen. You deserve that seat on a 15-hour flight. Yeah. That is unacceptable.
I know. I paid extra for it, too.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I know. It was a real bummer.
The American Medical Association this week said that that BMIs, you know what BMI is?
Yeah. It's Big Mama. I really thought I was going to come up with something good. Hold on. Booty Magic. The eye's tough.
Eye is
what is
killing you. What is it? Oh, body mass index.
Bubbly, mushy.
Investigators.
Like the
FBI, the female body.
Oh, yeah.
Body mass inspectors.
Well,
yeah.
Apparently, BMI.
I just stole the original too.
They said BMI is racist, so
it's
also
racist.
You are judging their BMI, so you're also racist. You're not only mean and a bitch and a Karen. You're a Karen too.
I'm not a Karen.
And
I didn't say a goddamn thing.
Which is just dumb. Don't you think you should stand up for yourself?
It's kind of like a principle of don't be a Karen.
Yeah,
it's the reverse principle.
To your own discomfort constantly.
If anything, I Karen too much to bother other people. I care.
I
care, you Karen.
That wordplay was so bad.
Listen, sometimes things are bad. Like
honestly,
getting half a seat on a 15-hour flight.
I was going to bring up that this is the issues with the airline in this scenario. Like,
you don't think they should buy another seat?
It sucks for Andrew, but it does suck that they make the leg space and the seats smaller and smaller over the years.
Yeah, but I purposely got it a bigger, like one of the bigger ones, like the upgraded legroom.
But they don't have a spot for these people at all, except maybe for
which is more expensive. So here is my thinking what they should do. And this is fucked up. No one will ever do it because then they'll be like, you guys are body shaming. But, it is what it is. It's an airplane. There's only so much fucking room, right? I think if you are a certain weight, you got to buy an extra half a seat. The two of them should have had to sit next
with
the one in the middle, and they had a kid with them that was like 2. So it was so it wasn't that they were just big. It's also they had a whole nother detached 40-pound thing that was like fucking rolling around. He was cute though. He kept grabbing me.
If you're 2 or younger, I think that it's not required to buy another seat, which is also a rule that should probably
But then they have to sit on your lap. And you're going to tell me that 15 hours they're just going to sit on their lap? The kid got stressed and he was like crying at one point. He was like grabbing at me and stuff. And I played with the kid a little bit and it was cute. And, and then it got like distracted by me where it was really trying to grab at me. And then the mom's like, no, he doesn't want to talk with you right now. And I was like, I don't.
So now that the flight is over, do you think that not being a Karen was the right solution? You think not standing up for yourself because you don't want to be perceived as being Karen-y or whatever the male version of that is, was the right
What is
move?
the male? Karen, Carlin? Or no,
Kevin?
Kevin
has been
being a
used
Kevin.
before.
Nazi?
A Turner? You're being a Turner?
Being a Nazi?
I think maybe like a Nazi. That's a full on.
Chet?
Racist. I think is there a term? Can we Google that?
I want to say it's Kevin. There is a male
I think
version
there
of
is a male version. I want to say it's like a Turner or like a Chad or a...
Is a white woman standing up for herself always a Karen?
Man, that's the most Karen thing. No, that's not it. It's depending on
I don't
how
care. I don't. I honestly don't care. Answer
I
the
think
question.
it's specifically the complaining to a manager, the complaining about people just enjoying themselves in a park. A lot of times complaining about things that have nothing to fucking do with you at all. I think that is the Karen move. I don't think it's strictly just to white women. White women just have a tendency to be Karens. So that is, I would say 90% of Karens are white. There's probably another 10% of Karens that are people of color.
Hey.
Yeah.
Found an article that says Ken, Terry, or Greg, but that doesn't seem right.
Oh, Ken, Terry, or I thought you said can, Terry, or Greg. I was like, can they do what?
Kevin is. There's a video that someone kind of coined the term Kevin as a male Karen.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it's not as used as the term Karen. That's for sure.
Yeah. You know what really fucked up the Karens? That really got them to get that fucking like the whole presence, right? And that's why there's no guy, is because there was no fucking Karen. I mean, there's a Karen haircut. There's no guy Karen haircut. The suburb short hair fucking.
That hasn't existed for like since 1993.
That 100% still exists in the Midwest and like
In the Karen subculture.
Yeah.
Does
yes,
it?
it does. In the suburbs, things like that. Those things still exist. So.
But Midwesterner, I feel like Midwesterners are usually the nicest.
They are until they're not.
Yeah, maybe that's true. I don't know.
But my mom's a Karen, total Karen.
So did you get the best sleep of your life when you got home?
I was annoyed because I was exhausted, and this is gonna sound like I'm an addict, but I signed up to do 2 shows that night when I got home, and I was annoyed because I literally was so fucking tired. I was like, I'm just gonna take a quick nap and then I'll get out there, and that nap went from 6 p.m. until 5 a.m. So I slept.
Good.
I slept. But then I was up at 5 a.m. like, what the fuck am I doing now? I woke up at 5 a.m. like, I wonder if I can make my, oh shit, I can't make my set.
That's me every morning.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot to get up for.
I'm intense. I'm just like, it's my mind.
Sometimes you got to get up and get up early and make sure you're awake before your husband gets home from work.
Dude, I have shit that I'm doing.
I'm kidding. You know that.
Drafting palm tree emails.
Yeah.
I did do that.
The palm tree email.
I've been working out too. I've been doing more workouts, trying to stay healthy,
That's good. I'm working out.
Trying
You
to
should do it. Want to go to the gym together?
What kind of workout? I really hate anything raw.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Anyone too excited about.
Oh, I'm not excited. I hate it.
CrossFit people
No. I go to 24-hour fitness. I'll do some running. I'll do some Stairmaster. I might do an elliptical. I might do a little bit of weights, and then I will swim. I like swimming the most, and then I'll sit in a sauna. We can sit in the sauna and just talk shit.
Pilates. You want to do that? I'd love to see you doing Pilates.
If you come to the gym with me, I will do a Pilates class at the gym.
No, not at the gym. You have to go to this place called Solid Core.
No, I
want to see you. It's
paid
hard
for a
as
year.
hell.
I already paid for a year in advance at 24 Hour
I'll
Fitness.
pay for you to come. Oh no, first class is free anyway. You got to come.
What do I get out of
That
this?
would be hilarious.
I don't know about that.
I
am flexible. When I up until like 16, I could do a split. I can't anymore.
I'm coming just to film you guys and
hell yeah,
get some
what a
bloopers.
perv.
No, some bloopers is what I'm looking for.
Pervert. What if I shit myself? I would
I
never.
was trying to get a.
I would like to put my legs behind my head one day. That way someone could fuck me good.
It's easy. Well, I feel like it helps if you started like doing whatever flexible things when you were young.
Can you put your heads behind your legs?
I'm flexible.
Your head's behind your legs is what I said.
I might not be strong or have a lot of endurance,
or
but
have much muscle mass or body, or
but
I don't have.
But I'm flexible, and I can dance. I can't sing.
You can dance?
I used to do all the dance things.
We got a pretty big floor right here. Let's open it up.
No.
You got any videos of you dancing? Can we put it on the Patreon?
Oh man, I used to do it. This is so embarrassing, but I'll just.
Did you ever do one of those pole dancing classes?
I bet you don't even know what that. Oh yeah. So bachelorette party. If you're going to do bachelorette parties in Houston and it's a small like company that you should support, female-owned Inner Me Studios. They have really fun pole dancing classes, and I won't say what I did, but anyway,
What did you do?
Whoa.
it's fun. It's really fun. People should do it.
You guys on a lap dance, huh?
No.
Have you ever?
A lap dance?
Yeah. Have you ever given someone a
I
lap
mean,
dance?
if I'm
Have you ever
in
like
a
with
relationship,
yeah, like with your husband, you're like, "Hey, baby, it's our anniversary. I got you a little treat." You put on fucking. I want to
mean,
dance with somebody. I
not
wanna-
that
and then just
there wasn't a
fucking-
whole setup. It's just kind of like a normal thing. I feel like anything too role play-y or too like set up, we just both end up laughing. You know someone so well, it's just like seems so.
You don't seem like you'd be a good dancer.
I know.
I'm so curious. I'd love to go dancing with you now.
I know.
You wanna go dancing?
It's
You
been
can
a
go
really,
dancing.
it's been a really long time, so maybe I'm not that good of a dancer.
I could
don't
dance
know.
a bit.
I just
You want to go to
I
numbers?
did all kinds of dance.
Bring the husband. We'll all go to numbers. We'll dance.
He'll dance all night.
He's a
terrible.
dancer?
No, he's terrible. But he doesn't.
But
give
he's a dancer. He doesn't have to be. I didn't say was he a good dancer. He's a dancer.
He throws caution to the wind. He's a confident person, so he just doesn't.
I like it.
He'll do something badly and go all out.
I gotta meet this guy
Yeah.
again. I gotta hang out with him.
He's great.
It's
You'd like
weird.
him.
It's we're we're coming up on from idea of podcast to now 16. I mean, we're coming up on 5 months.
We're just not very codependent, so we're just
Well, I am, and I'd like to know him.
Okay. We'll all hang out. By the way, I was saying that I was gonna do I was excited to work out and get more fit because I was excited about my 20-year high school reunion. And
Are
then
you going?
Well,
I'll go
okay.
with.
The girl planning it sent out a big Facebook message to everyone this
Okay.
week about how she needed to set a boundary. There was a lot of therapy speak and she didn't want to do it. And so she was like, just go. It was a little aggressive. She was like, just go spend time with the people you love and don't care about these high school people. And I was like, I can spend time with the people I love.
Anytime. Why do you have to tell
Anytime.
me to?
Yeah. And then people
So they
underneath.
canceled it.
There were other people being aggressive underneath. I don't want this BS chit chat and da-da-da. I was like, I'm an intense person. I'll talk about not BS chit chat with everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe don't hold on to these grudges from 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. What a weird
We're
thing.
nearing 40.
Whoa, they were referencing something 20 years ago?
Yeah,
literally?
there were people talking about specific, offenses that they felt.
Smoking the devil's lettuce.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's funny to talk about the things I did awful in high school.
I mean, I just think we should all be over it and go have fun. And we had our tenure was amazing, and Utah's really beautiful. So I wanted to do it, but I'm not.
Too much drama.
I'm
now.
not gonna plan it.
Bummer.
either.
Oh, they wanted you to plan it now? Or
No.
So
I was just debating. Should I
person-
put
oh.
effort into it?
No, you shouldn't. That sounds nuts. Sounds like a lot of work for some nerd to do.
It's not worth it. You didn't want to talk about my topic. I did write a topic.
Well, you didn't tell me it.
A billionaire bought Epstein Island. Did you see that?
Ooh, I didn't even see that.
I did know that they were selling it. I knew that they were selling Epstein Island.
I'm not very Jewish, but this is how Jewish I am, is that I was like, the first thought that came to my mind was, I bet he got a great deal.
Yeah.
For sure.
And would you go?
I would go. I bet you it's beautiful out there. It would be weird.
But my big thing is I love going to
if
shit.
they paint, if a fresh coat of paint,
Yeah, and it's
So,
cheap.
that
I
gets
actually
rid of
saw
some of the.
I saw YouTubers snuck onto the island recently, and they did repaint the shrine. Y'all know about the shrine?
No, I didn't really.
It was like this weird chapel on the shore of it, and it was all gold and weird looking, and it had statues. They kind of whitewashed it, just painted it white, and made it look normal.
I didn't pay enough attention to the Epstein thing. I don't really even know what happened. I know there was a lot of famous people there. I know that there were underage girls and I think some underage boys. And apparently Bill Gates was fucking a boy. And then some of these other people were fucking other people, other kids. And that's what I never looked into the details because that shit would haunt me.
But
It would upset me.
That is as much as most people know, I think. But
Yeah.
that would stop people from going there. I don't know what it says about me that I'm like, I bet I could get a great deal to go to a private island. That's where my brain goes. I'm like, if something terrible has happened in a place, like there was some place in Cancun or something where 2 tourists died, and I was like, what are the odds that that'll happen again? And I bet it's cheap to go there now. Like that's where my brain goes.
I watched a clip. I forget what this is from. It's on something kind of famous. But this guy was like, I always vacation right after a terrorist attack to wherever that terrorist attack was because 1, it's cheap. It gets cheaper after a terrorist attack, and 2, it's not going to happen again.
Yeah, fly on 9/11. Flying on 9/11
Let's
is
go to
like
visit
cheap.
New York 9/12.
No, go fly on 9/11. It's cheaper. Yeah,
It's cheaper on that day.
It's cheaper on that day.
That seems silly.
Okay, sorry.
No,
anyway,
that
that's it.
seems so silly though. Like they're not gonna. They wouldn't choose the same day. They're not gonna be like, hey.
Well, superstition, kind of like the 13th floor on buildings, you know?
Yeah. Or like maybe I flew on 9/11 this last year for sure. I remember being like, oh, it's 9/11.
Yeah, it was an afterthought.
Yeah,
You didn't
I
notice?
didn't. Well, I fly 50 to 100 flights a year. I feel like so.
I think most people are superstitious. 13 is my lucky number actually, but there are a lot of that with like buildings and shit like that. Anyway, let's take a call. Should we do like a little like
Oh yeah. Give us a call, 832-744-9492, or hit us up on Instagram. You can do our personal ones. You can do the podcast one. I'd love to hear from some of the Australia followers that we got.
Yeah, we want to hear an
listeners in New
accent.
Zealand, and it would be fucking cool as hell. I keep seeing people, and they're like, we're calling in. I can't wait. And we got some callers, so this is nice. I prefer the call. I like a call over
shoey.
email.
Do a shoey.
I did a shoey.
How do I say shoey in an Australian accent?
Shoey.
Shoey. Do a shoey and
They
give
yelled
us
that
a-
out every fucking show.
do us a shoey and give us a ring.
They were shoey, you fucking cunt.
You can't.
English and Australian are very similar to me. I don't know the difference.
Hope we did it right.
I was in Australia the whole time. I still couldn't figure out that. I thought I was in England. I didn't know. All right, let's listen. Let's give out some advice.
All of my exes, they live in Texas. This is very sad. I'm a Yankee. It's time for me to go home. But I keep following my pussy around like a lost puppy dog, falling in love as she leads me to my dismay and disappointment. How do I stop fucking Texas men and get the fuck out of this shithole? Have a great day.
Wow, I think she already knows what she got to do. She's talked shit about herself, and she's like, I'm following my pussy around. That's a funny way to put it.
Here's a hot tip for her. You can still follow your pussy around. There are losers everywhere.
True. You're with
They
losers now. You're tracking
abound.
losers there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I mean, there are hot. Find like a hot Guido. Go
A hot
to
Guido.
or just. I mean, I'm trying to give her Yankee advice. You know, if she wants to get back to the East Coast and she's following her pussy around, she eventually should get out of that. Out of
True.
that trend of doing that. First of all, stop following your pussy around, get some therapy. But until then, you can follow your pussy into northern, they're assholes that are.
I think it's less about you being in Texas and more about you just choosing the wrong people. That's what it seems. There's good people in Texas. There's good people in New York. There's good people everywhere. But there's going to be shitty people everywhere. And if you're just following your pussy around, well.
Don't choose anybody over yourself. That's the biggest thing. Choose yourself and then you'll make better choices. But until then, go to therapy. But until then, if you're trying to just geographically shift locations.
That was pretty good. Did you even know I was yawning?
Yeah, because you made a more ridiculous
I don't
face.
know why. I'm tired. I'm not even tired. I'm just yawning. I should have done vocal exercises.
What you did with your face right then was more appealing than what you normally do when you're about to yawn.
Well, it made me smile.
It was an improvement. But normally when you're about to yawn, you're like.
Which is exactly the face I make when I come.
But right then, it was better. You were about to yawn and you were like, you just like smiled like a clown. Anyway, no, that's all. I just think it's hard to like do such a big shift to like make better choices, which is obviously what she knows she needs to do. But until then, just for a geographical shift,
Yeah, I don't think the geographical thing really. I think
it sounds
you're
like
just
she
running from your problems. That's what you're doing instead of addressing them.
with your vagina.
You're not guys in New York. As someone who lives in New York or lived in New York and live here, same fucking quality of shitty guys there. So I think you know what? Stop following your pussy and follow your heart.
Also, you can get up. Oh, well, I always say that. I always suggest masturbating, but people are going to do that anyway. I feel like people want, an addict, like somebody who's, what do they say, like dickmatized,
Never heard of that, but I like it.
You've never heard dickmatized? Yeah, it sounds like
Follow the cat.
it sounds like that she still needs that in her life. So that's okay. I just feel like she does want the shift away from Texas. That sounded like a big part of it.
Well, I think, but it does sound like maybe you're just running away.
Yeah, but that's a whole that'll take years of work to get into.
There was a pretty non-detailed call.
I
if I'm being
know. I
honest.
always make a lot of insinuations.
It's always a little bit better when you guys give us a little more detail so we can figure out who you are and out you. No, but if you give us a little more detail, we can give a little bit more advice. This is a very generic, like, oh, I'm moving. How do I stop fucking with these fucks?
It was one of those that it's too vague to even use. But she did ask a specific question.
What was?
How do I stop fucking with these Texas dudes and get out of the shitholes? Essentially, what she said. So she's asking for advice. How do I stop fucking Texas boys?
Well, just stop. I don't. What do you mean? That's on you. What do you?
And Jamie's on to something. Maybe like get on Tinder and tell them that you're in New Jersey and start swiping around there or something.
Oh,
I mean, if it's about either, and I feel like I'm not as like sexual as some people. So like, I don't want. It's stressful for me to be around. Like, I don't like one night stands, not because I think there's anything morally wrong with them.
It's because she's married.
I'm just I'm saying when I was single, obviously, but even then, it's just like stressful to me. I don't want to be around different people all the time. So my solution would always be like, buy the magic wand and get to work. Like, light some candles, get to town,
baby.
But a lot of people do want that stranger there. I don't know why, and specifically Texas boys. I don't know why, but no judgment. It's just find. I don't know. I don't know what
Maybe
to tell.
stop focusing on Texas boys and try out some Texas men.
Do you think her issue is she wants to stop fucking dudes in Texas, or she wants to stop fucking dudes generally as much that are a waste of her time?
I think that's the second one is the key one, but it sounds like she's fucking Texas guys and it won't get her. It's not getting anywhere, and she's like, "Well, I can't stop fucking these guys, and
But you
and
can.
I want to move, but I can't stop having sex with Texas people, and they're keeping me here because she likes the sex."
It sounds like an excuse.
Yeah, get to therapy, get a therapist that's not in Texas, and get a magic wand, and focus on yourself, girl.
Yeah,
You don't need anyone.
I don't love quoting things, but I'm going to quote classic rock band Lit. You're your own worst enemy. That's really all.
But you're also your own best friend. He's wrong. You need to love yourself. I feel like being into yourself. It's so like shit on, but it's like the solution to everything.
Yeah. What about this, Jamie? I kind of want to hear your take. What if she hasn't found a Texas dude that makes her want to stay? Then like she doesn't like they ain't worth shit, basically.
I just hate this narrative. I'm not even some big feminist. I'm just saying I hate this narrative that you have to find a dude to live your life, your best life.
So
why does everything have to be
happily married lady?
Why? I mean, yeah, I am happily married, but like I did that because I was also like a serial monogamist and was not all about. I was a serial monogamist once I was with him, and then before I was with this person that I'm with now, I was like, I didn't always have a boyfriend. Like in high school, I would have like 3-week flings, but I never had a boyfriend. And my friends always had boyfriends, and I was like, is there something wrong with me? And it's because I didn't put up with shit. And I was like, I don't want to make my whole life about having a partner. Like, I don't need that. You don't need, focus on yourself and good things will come to you and good men will be attracted to you. Love yourself, focus on yourself, be your own. Not, my whole thing with that question is it's surrounded by finding a person, and you're your person. I don't know. Is that cheesy?
No, you're not wrong. There is something to, you should love yourself, and we all have issues with that, I think. And
I think more people get more lonely than me too. Like I told you, I go to dinners alone, and you're like, invite me. I've never been invited. I was like, but you're missing the point. I don't invite. I get
invited to dinners.
I'm saying my alone dinners are like, I used to go to movies alone, and the person was always like, just one ticket. And I was like, yeah, I like my own company. It's other people see being alone as sad, and that's like a thing out in the world, and that's a problem.
I wish that when that lady got on the plane, the flight attendant was like, just one ticket?
Listen.
Sorry.
I had to
bring it back.
She's fat.
No,
okay?
I would never say that.
the words.
Yeah. So I don't know if we helped this lady. She had to know this stuff. You were too generic for us to really dive in, but I think that you're kind of your own. Get some counseling. Talk to learn about yourself. Like yourself. Is that good? Did we help?
Did we help?
I don't know. No one's ever replied back. We ask that every time, and then no one's ever like, "Hey, we've never gotten, hey guys, you really helped me." So, but that's why we give. That's why we give. I do notice we lose one follower every time we put out a podcast. We give unqualified advice, and you should take it or not. Your choice. I don't care. That's it. I think it was a good first episode back from Australia, New Zealand, and all of that bullshit. Should we plug stuff and get the fuck out of here?
Follow me at the Jamie Rowan. Follow at the Mess Hall Pod. You can look at my website, jamierowancomedy.com, and there will be updates on all those things.
At No Youngblood on all social media. I've got shows. Would You Rather is a monthly show I do with Daniel Van Kirk every single month. There's one third week of July, and then I'm going to Iowa with Mark Norman at the end of July. And then I'm just going to be doing shows all over Houston, and I'll be posting. Check out my Instagram. I'll post them every other day if I'm doing spots. And I'm working on a bunch of new stuff, and I would love for someone to see it and give me some feedback because I'm bombing up there.
You are not. That's not true, by the way. He's being self-deprecating.
No, but it's fun. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay, bye.